Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. We are going to be talking about whether it is a good time to buy or is it a bad time to buy. And one of the things that this is actually coming from, we were having a caravan, something we do in our office in the Bills as realty executives in the Bills is we do a caravan, old school caravan, where we have a bus. We have a bus that takes people around. And by the way, if you're interested in for the folks that are coming in the spring, if you want a little bit of a tour of the villages and you haven't been through it, we offer that typically in season. So obviously not in the middle of summer, but we have a driver that will take you around and show you some of the highlights. We have some professionals that'll help you as well, give you a little bit of tidbit on what's going on in the villages, a little bit of a tour. So we do that. So if you're interested in that, connect with the office at 352-753-7500. So if you're interested in that tour during season, when it's cooler, January through March, we typically will do that, sometimes through April too. So that's definitely a thing. But when we're doing caravans, something that was brought up is some of our agents were talking about, there is a little bit of uncertainty and fear. Obviously, a lot of uncertainty in the stock market in the world, and there always is. There's always something. It's not like there's nothing going on. There's always something going on. But there's a little bit of fear in the water. So inflation taking hold, and obviously interest rates going up have dampened the market, like less demand, which is exactly no surprise. Nobody should be surprised by this. No surprise. It's kind of cooled off the market, real estate market a little bit, where we get less showings. We have less people looking for homes, but less means, maybe instead of 4 or 5 buyers for one home, now we've got maybe 1.2 buyers for each home, and each buyer's, waiting to see if the other shoe is going to drop. So, we're seeing days on market take a little bit longer, and we've seen an increase in inventory. And in fact, right now, what we're looking at is, remember, folks that have watched this channel, that we were in the 40s at one time, and then we actually went all the way up to, literally we went to, 80, 90, and now if you look at this, we're now in the 187 number, which is really, really extreme. If you think about it, it's really an extreme number compared to 41. But as I've talked about before, we've been in the 300-400 range about 2 years ago, right? Like we were 18 months ago, we were in the 451 range, and so we've taken a precipitous drop in inventory. Now it's picking up again, and it's picking up pretty fast. Like we've gone from 90 to 187. 90 was, we hit that mark, I believe we were early March. So, in 3 months time, we've gained 90 listings. So, if you look at 13 weeks, that's approximately a net gain of about 7 listings, as opposed to properties that are leaving the market every single week. So if you really look at this, looking at this is exactly 187. This is all on MLS, and obviously the lowest price is 182. So the low, the floor in the villages has risen. Average sales price is still up there, and we're seeing a few homes. There's a couple that are under 300, but not many. Like you've got a couple of patio villas under 300. And small ranch, and that's in a historic section. That's on St. Andrews, on the east side of 441. It's 289.9. So the prices have not necessarily dropped. We're not seeing a drop in price. More inventory for sure. That gives you a little bit of a clue as to what's going on. The big question is this, and this is really what I want to get to. The big thing is this. People are asking, okay, should I buy, or I'm thinking about waiting because I'm waiting for, the deal. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know that there is a right or wrong with, oh, I'm going to wait until prices drop. That could happen. I'm not anticipating that for a couple of reasons. I mean, it could happen, but I'm not seeing a big drop. And then I'm going to say something else about that, about price reductions, because we are seeing a lot of price reductions in the market. And part of that reason is that there's a lot of people that basically they put their home on the market here, and the market, even in the hottest of times, 90 to 120 days ago, was a little bit lower. They were going a little bit 10, 15, $20,000 above the highest last comp because everything was going bananas. And the real estate agent said, why not? Let's see what happens. Inventory was still, low in 80, 90 range. And we're still low, by the way, like 180. If you were to tell me 3, 4 years ago, we're going to go to 180 homes on the market, that's crazy low. That's like less than 50%, right, of what we used to be, of what was normal. Now it's like, oh my gosh, it's growing. What's happening? And it's still, yes, it's double what it was, but you can play with numbers a little bit, 90 to 180, but it's still way low than what it was. So when we're looking at price reductions, there's a lot of them because people pushing the envelope and saying, whoa, 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 we're not getting any showings on homes that are here. And that's a real thing that's always been, like, when you're way overpriced, that means you're probably not going to get any showings. Even for the people that are like, okay, well, why don't they just make an offer? Well, they've got other homes that are less priced that they're making offers on. So they're in this bracket and you're up here. That's the thing you have to watch out for when you're selling, just being real. I'm not trying to give away a home, but just telling you, hey, this is how the market works. Now, from the buyer aspect, when you're seeing this and you're saying, okay, wait, growing inventory, interest rates are going up, all these crazy things are going on around the world. I don't know if I want to buy right now. And I think it all depends on your motivation to buy. Okay, your motivation to buy. Why are you buying? It's a big question. Why are you buying? Are you buying because you want to get a great deal? Are you buying because you're moving because of the lifestyle? Because you're 63 years old, you're semi-retired or retired, and you want to enjoy life a little bit more because life is not infinite. So what are you going to do? Are you going to wait for the good deal? And the good deal could be next month, could be next week, could be next year for that matter, could be in 2023 or 2024. Because yes, things could get crazier and messier, and who knows what happens. Interest rates could go, 7, 8, 9%, inflation goes through the roof, whatever, and like a disaster. Okay, now you're getting a deal. But what's the cost of waiting for that good deal? What's the time that you have to wait? And then you put it in perspective and you say, okay, maybe it's around the corner. If it is, and if you're right, I don't think it is, but if you're right, then okay, you made the right decision. But let's say it's a year out or 2 years, or let's say it never comes, and you wait, and you would have enjoyed, think about all the memories you could have made and the enjoyment of life. Like, I think we put way too much emphasis on pricing and get the best deal. And you might save $10, $15, $20,000. But what's the cost? Okay, you missed out on a year, 2 years of enjoyment. So you have to weigh that. And I get it. Like, if you're an investor, price is everything. It's all about the numbers. But when we're getting people that are retiring in our community, does it make sense to actually wait a year or two? Wait for the prices to come down. Okay, that's okay. If you're happy where you are and it's not a big rush, great move. No hurry, no problem. And I think that's the best way. Wait. But if you're moving because of lifestyle, because you want to enjoy what's here, who cares? Like really, who cares? $10,000 to $20,000, which is a lot of money. But who cares if you're going to miss out on lots of memories and fun and enjoyment? Like, that's number one. Let's not get confused. So I think I'd be really fascinated with what you think. What do you really, really think? Like, oftentimes we say, well, we want both, right? We want the price, we want the lifestyle. All right, let's say you couldn't have both. I'm curious to see, okay, what's your take? What's your take on this? In other words, if you had to choose, right, and here's the real question. If you had to choose, $30,000 price drop on let's say a $300,000 home today, and it doesn't matter where you are, by the way, $300,000 home, and you can get it for 270 in June of next year, 2023. You knew it for sure. 30,000, 10% drop, which is what we're talking about. 10% drop, which is not insignificant. Okay. It's rare that that happens. It's only happened one other time in the villages. That was back in 8, 9, and 10 when things were like horrific. Would it be worth waiting? That's my question for today. So think about that. I'd like, if you can actually do me a favor, like subscribe, of course, that's great. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, getting really close. And if you can hit the like button. And any comments you have, that would be absolutely fabulous. I hope everybody, I'm actually not going to be around and taking vacation next week. So if you're taking a vacation, I'd like to hear where you're going. What's your favorite vacation spot? I'd love to hear that too. And for now, I'll actually see you guys in a couple of weeks. All right, take care.